The signal has become impossible to ignore. It has followed you through the noise. It has returned through every distraction. It has continued calling even when the road it revealed seemed too solitary, too uncertain, or too different from the life everyone else expected you to live. You have heard it. A direction beneath the confusion. A quiet instruction beneath the fear. A persistent inner light pointing toward the dark forest. And now, you're walking. You're the lone traveler upon the spiral road. The road bends around a hidden center. It curves through familiar territory. It passes landmarks you recognize. At times you look around and wonder whether you've somehow returned to the beginning. You've not returned as the same person. The road may resemble an earlier chapter, but your consciousness has changed. You carry more experience. You recognize patterns more quickly. You understand which voices deserve your attention. You possess a stronger lamp. The spiral road does not repeat without purpose. It circles the center so that you can meet the same truth at a deeper level. A familiar choice appears because your freedom has expanded. An old fear rises because you can now meet it with greater authority. The landscape repeats. The traveler evolves. This is not regression, this is refinement. Your path is teaching you through return. Every circle brings you closer to the essential center of your life, your own will, your own nature, your own unmistakable way of moving through the world. The road has reached the end of a forest. The trees stand closely together. The daylight becomes thinner beneath their branches. The familiar path continues somewhere else. It remains open. It remains visible. It carries the approval of people who understand only roads they've already traveled. Your road enters the trees. You didn't select the dark forest because difficulty makes you important. You didn't choose it because suffering creates superiority. You enter the dark, scary forest because your authentic path leads there. Something true waits beyond the boundary of the familiar. A life that cannot be reached through imitation. A calling that requires your own perception. A future that becomes possible only after you stop asking the crowd to confirm what the inner light has already shown you. The forest looks frightening because it can't be surveyed from a distance. You can't see the entire route. You can't explain every turn. You can't present a perfect plan to the people who question your direction. You can only see the entrance, then the next few steps. The lamp does not reveal the entire forest. It gives just enough light for movement. That is its mercy. If the whole journey appeared at once, the scale of it might overwhelm you. Instead, it places one illuminated patch of ground before your feet. The next conversation, the next decision, the next boundary, the next hour of work, the next honest step. Your task is smaller than fear suggests. You don't have to conquer the forest today. You have to follow the light that exists now. Behind you comes the three-headed dog. Fear, worry, concern. The first head watches the shadows. It hears every branch move, and it warns something dangerous. may be near. The second head races through imagination. It creates failures that have not happened. It asks, what if you become lost? What if you regret this? What if everyone else was right? The third head studies the practical road. It notices the weather. It asks you whether you have food and shelter and information and enough strength for the next part of the journey. These three voices can sound similar, but they don't serve the same function. Fear alerts you. Worry multiplies possibilities. Concern helps you prepare. Wisdom learns the difference. Fear may identify a real danger. It may also react to the unfamiliarity as if that were the danger. And worry may believe it's helping you plan. It often carries you so far into imagined futures that you abandon the present step. Concern is quieter. It doesn't predict catastrophe. It asks practical questions. What information would help? What resource is needed? What boundary should be established? What preparation would reduce unnecessary risk? You don't need to banish the three-headed dog. You need to stop allowing it to lead. Let fear alert you. Let concern advise you. Let worry exhaust its speech behind you. The inner lamp determines the direction. The dog can follow. It cannot choose the road. That is courage. Courage does not require the destruction of fear. It places fear within a larger order. Purpose walks ahead. Fear walks behind. Your inner lamp has always spoken differently from external noise. The noise demands immediate answers. The lamp gives direction. The noise demands proof. The lamp offers recognition. The noise asks how the choice will appear. The lamp asks whether the choice is true. The noise measures your life against other lives. The lamp measures your actions against your own will. For a long time, this signal was difficult to hear. Other people's opinions occupied too much space. The pressure to appear successful became louder than the desire to live meaningfully. The need to explain yourself interrupted your contact with yourself. Every decision became a public debate inside your own mind. You imagined objections. You prepared defenses. You edited your desires before anyone else had even heard them. Then, something changed. You turned the volume down. The commentary became less important. The crowd moved farther away. The trappings of the world began losing their brightness, status, recognition, applause, titles, comparison. The performance of having everything figured out. These things may still have practical value. They no longer possess spiritual authority. You have discovered that a life can look impressive while feeling entirely false. A life can appear modest while corresponding perfectly to the person living it. The outer form does not reveal the quality of alignment within it. You're becoming less interested in being seen correctly by everyone. You're becoming more committed to living correctly according to what you know. The traveler wears a cloak of invisibility. It is woven from indifference to unnecessary judgment. It does not make the traveler absent. It makes the traveler less available to distraction. The cloak protects unfinished work. It allows a new identity to form before the world begins naming it. It creates privacy around the seed. Every beginning does not need an audience. Every plan does not need an announcement. Every spiritual movement doesn't need to become content for public examination. Some things grow through concealment. Roots develop underground. A flame strengthens behind closed doors. The first fragile structure is built away from the wind. Your cloak allows you to work without constantly checking who's watching. You can study quietly. You can build privately. You can change direction without issuing a public defense. You can develop skill before revealing the result. You can allow success to become real before decorating it with appearances. The cloak does not represent shame. It represents concentration. Your attention is no longer leaking toward imaginary observers. The energy returns to the road. You become more interested in the work than in being recognized for the work. More interested in truth than in appearing correct. More interested in becoming capable than in being praised as capable. This is where genuine power grows. It grows beyond performance. The forest gives you a different form of vision. In open country, you can look far ahead. Inside the trees, you learn to notice what's close, the texture of the ground, the direction of the wind, the small sounds hidden beneath louder movement, the condition of your own body. You become attentive. This attention sharpens discernment. You begin recognizing which discomfort signals growth and which discomfort signals violation. You recognize the difference between solitude and isolation. You recognize the difference between counsel and control. You recognize the difference between a difficult path and a false path. A difficult, authentic path may challenge you. It still produces inward coherence. You become tired, but something essential feels alive. A false path may be easy to explain and produces division. Your actions move one way while your inner life pulls another way. The forest strips away appearances. It asks, does this road make you more fully yourself? Does this difficulty serve something worthy? Does the life ahead correspond to your deepest values? Your answer becomes clearer in the quiet. The signal becomes stronger after the noise loses its claim upon you. Along the spiral road, you're planting seeds. They carry no guarantee of harvest. You carry faith. Faith is the willingness to place something valuable into the earth before visible evidence appears. A seed enters darkness. The surface closes above it. For a while, the field looks exactly as it looked before. The action appears to have produced nothing. Yet, beneath the soil, the seed is responding. Its structure is changing. A root moves upward. A shoot prepares to rise. Life reorganizes itself beyond observation. Your faithful actions work this way. The hour spent learning, the money placed into reserve, the boundary that you maintained, the relationship you nurtured, the creative work you completed before anyone responds, the daily practice that appears too small to transform anything. These are seeds. Each one carries a future form. You can't pull the seed from the ground every morning to confirm that it's growing. Constant inspection interrupts development. Faith plants. Wisdom tends. Patience allows. You continue watering the worthy thing. You protect it from what would destroy it. You allow time to become part of the work. Some seeds, they grow quickly. Others establish roots for an entire season before anything becomes visible. Delayed evidence does not mean your action was wasted. The hidden life may be strengthening its foundation. Your path contains invisible growth. You're becoming capable in places no one else can yet see. Your judgment is becoming clearer. Your endurance is increasing. Your values are becoming less negotiable. Your inner lamp is becoming brighter because you keep following it. You thought this journey was private, and in one sense it is. No one else can walk the exact road of your will. No one else can make your essential decisions. No one else can carry your lamp for you. Yet the path is also creating light for others. Someone is watching you enter the dark, scary forest. They're standing at the edge of their own unfamiliar road. They believed fear meant they should remain where they were. They assumed courageous people moved without uncertainty. Then they saw you. They saw the three-headed dog nipping at your heels. They saw you pause. They saw that your lamp illuminated only a few steps, and they saw you continue. Your willingness changed what they believed was possible. You never intended to become an example. You were trying to live honestly. You were trying to follow a signal that wouldn't leave you alone. You were trying to stop betraying your own direction. That sincerity became visible. The reluctant example is often the most trustworthy one because they don't seek followers. They don't pretend to possess every answer. They don't present the road as effortless. They just simply walk. Their life becomes evidence. Their lamp says, you can move while fear remains. You can choose a road other people don't understand. You can begin before the entire route becomes visible. You can plant before the harvest is guaranteed. One lamp lights another without losing its own flame. Your courage can awaken courage. Your authenticity can awaken authenticity. Your willingness to leave the crowd can help another person hear the signal beneath their own noise. This is influence without domination. You don't hand them your map. You help them trust their lamp. There will be moments when people ask you to guide them, and you may feel unqualified. You may remember every uncertain step. You know how often you questioned yourself. You can see the limits of your knowledge. These qualities can protect the guidance from arrogance. You don't need to become an unquestionable authority. You can share what the road taught you. You can say, this is what I noticed. This is what helped me. This is where my fear misled me. This is how I recognize the signal. This is the seed I planted before I possessed proof. Then you return authority to the traveler. Their path remains theirs. Their lamp remains with them. A true example creates capable people. It doesn't create dependency. Your life can become a lantern placed near the entrance of that dark, scary forest. It doesn't remove the darkness. It shows that the darkness can be entered. It marks the beginning. It offers courage. That may be enough to change another person's life. Solitude has prepared you for this. Solitude is not merely the absence of people. It is the presence of undivided attention. You stop rehearsing conversations with those who are not in the room. You stop turning every desire into a case that must be argued. You allow the mind to become quieter than the culture around it. Then the essential signal appears, and maybe it says begin. Maybe it says leave. Maybe it says return. Maybe it says wait and strengthen the foundation. Perhaps it says this is the work. The instruction may be simple. Following it may reorganize everything. You don't need constant spiritual fireworks. A persistent, quiet knowing can be more trustworthy than dramatic excitement. Excitement rises and falls. The signal remains. It returns in the morning. It follows you into ordinary tasks. It appears when distractions become quiet. Carries a strange combination of seriousness and relief. Part of you feels afraid. Another part knows, this is mine. That recognition is enough to begin. The road ahead will still contain turns. You may lose sight of the path temporarily. The lamp remains with you. You can stop. You can become quiet. You can look for the next honest step. Confusion does not erase direction. A pause does not equal abandonment. Rest does not mean you have failed the journey. The wise traveler knows when to continue and when to shelter. The forest rewards attention. You don't prove courage by ignoring your limits. You prove fidelity by protecting your ability to continue. Eat, rest, repair the cloak, tend to the lamp, care for the body carrying you. The authentic path is not opposed to practical responsibility. It asks you to bring your whole life into alignment. The spiritual direction without material care becomes fragile. Material preparation without inner direction becomes empty. Your lamp and your provisions belong together. Faith plants the seed, discipline waters it, wisdom protects it, time reveals what has grown. This is your realignment. I hear the signal beneath the noise. I trust the lamp within me. I follow the authentic direction of my life. I allow fear to warn me without allowing it to rule me. I release the futures created by worry. I use concern to make wise preparations. I understand the spiral nature of my path. I can meet a familiar lesson with greater consciousness. I enter the unknown, one illuminated step at a time. I release the need to explain every decision. I protect unfinished work beneath the cloak of privacy. I choose substance over display. I choose alignment over applause. I plant worthy seeds before visible proof appears. I trust the work occurring beneath the surface. I become an example through sincere action. I light other lamps faithfully by faithfully carrying my own. My path belongs to me. My light can still help others find their way. The traveler is moving now. The crowd has fallen quiet behind you. The forest opens before you. The three-headed dog follows at your heels, but it no longer holds the reins. Fear watches, worry talks, concern checks the provisions. The lamp chooses the road. Your cloak rests on your shoulders. It protects your attention from the glittering distractions of the world. You no longer need every stranger to admire the journey. You no longer need every friend to understand it. You no longer need immediate evidence that the seed is growing. You need fidelity. Fidelity to the signal. Fidelity to the next step. Fidelity to the life attempting to emerge through you. The spiral road continues. Every turn brings another view of the center. Every mile makes your inner direction more trustworthy. Every seed becomes an act of faith. Every step becomes a quiet message to those standing at the edge of their own dark, scary forest. Your life says the path can be followed. The darkness can be entered. Fear can remain behind you. The lamp is enough. Soon another traveler will see your light. They will look down and discover that a flame has been waiting within them. They will take their first step. Their lamp will then awaken another. The light will travel farther than your name. This is why your willingness matters. You're not walking for applause. You're walking because the path is true. You're not planting for immediate recognition. You're planting because the seed carries life. You're not lighting other lamps by demanding that anyone follow you. You're lighting them by refusing to abandon your own signal. The noise is lower now. The trappings have lost their glow. The opinions of the world have moved beyond the edge of your attention. Only the road remains. Only the lamp. Only the next clear place for your foot to land. Walk forward. The forest recognizes you. The spiral is carrying you inward and upward. The signal has been calling for a long time, and you have finally chosen to follow. And from this moment forward, may every fear fall into its proper place behind you. May every faithful seed awaken beneath the unseen soil. And may every blessing hidden along your spiral road find its rightful light within your life. And if this transmission found you at the right moment, subscribe to Dove and Serpent Daily and return tomorrow for the next realignment.